So what? Here are these 5 astounding women. Good girls and bad girls alike. First, God is interested not just in His chosen people, but He always had a global outreach kind of love. And there are Gentiles and non-believers grafted into His family. And you and I are living in the age where we're seeing the flowering of that, of God's universal outreach, not just to Israel, although it looks in the Old Testament like He was only interested in Israel. He had a global interest, even back then. Second, God gets a lot of things done, not just through good girls, but through bad girls too. Not to excuse their bad deeds, but to allow you to see that even if you are tainted, if you got things you're ashamed of, by now there have been tens of millions of abortions that have been performed in America, for instance, and not all those abortions were done by unbelievers. There have been plenty of Christian girls who snuck into abortion clinics and now for the rest of their lives have to live with the guilt that they've taken a life. And remember those ghost birthdays of the baby that was never born. And you might internalize your blame and guilt so much it will seem to paralyze you. And I want you to see that there is a usefulness even for people who know they've sinned in the past. And to find forgiveness in the blood of Jesus Christ, big enough to forgive even that. I think Rahab should, and for the rest of her life, the poor woman she doesn't go down as Rahab the motel keeper, or Rahab the protector of the spies, or Rahab the wife of Salmon, or Rahab Boaz's mom. She goes down for the rest of her life as Rahab the harlot. How'd you like to have that as your last name? And I hope it's Rahab the ex-harlot, that she had changed her ways. But God is a God of reclamation. He's a God of mulligans. I play some golf, so to me that's big to me. He's a God of second chances and a God of reconditioning and restoring things. I also love restoring antiques. And that means you take something that's worn out and broken and you put new life into it. And I want every woman here who feels guilt and who's beating on herself today to realize that God is often getting great things done through your brokenness. Not only when you've been a superstar, but He's also getting things done even when there are things that you're ashamed of. And to be forgiven by Christ and to let Him work through you for good and ill.